Hey everybody, this is Latrice with your weekly days update. Well, it seems like this week we've had miracles and betrayals and a little bit of everything in Salem. Leo seems to be taking to his newfound family pretty well, I guess. He certainly seems to be happy that John is his father, and he clued John in as to who poisoned Marlena. Um, John finally took the hint, and it looks like Diana is caught after all her debauchery and foolishness. um, Also, Marlena had a bit of a scare, and this week we saw her in her state between life and death. We saw Tony and Andre. We saw, and Princess Gina. That was a little weird, but okay, I guess. As Marlena fought for her life. Um, we also saw Diana and the shock on her face when it was revealed that Marlena was alive was epic. I almost fell over from laughing so hard. Um, I had been waiting for that moment all week long when she found out that Marlena had survived, because she was so sure that she was going to get John, and instead John got her. Um, yeah, that was quite epic. However, Leo didn't have the best week at all. He caught it, so to speak, from his older brother Brady. It looks like Brady got one over on Leo, thanks in part to, of all people, Gabby Hernandez. I'm not quite sure how to feel about that. I'm not a big Gabby fan. I will be honest with you guys. She kind of gets on my nerves. I'm just telling you. She's a really huge manipulator, and after everything she did to keep Chad and Abby apart, I'm not sure how to feel about her. But seeing her get run over on Leo Valentine's Day when she tied him to the bed, and then seeing her do it, help Brady do it again, I was quite impressed with her. I must admit. Sometimes her evil powers can be used for good, and that was highly amusing. Um, and then we said goodbye to Tyler Christopher as Stefan on Wednesday, which was my birthday. And we said hello to Brandon Barish on Friday. I gotta tell you guys, I was quite impressed with the way Brandon stepped into the role on Friday and knocked it out of the park. He was really good. And I know a lot of fans had been speculating about him coming in from a show like GH. But what fans don't realize is he had also played a bad guy with a good heart on GH. So he was perfect for this. And he really showed it on Friday when he caught up with Leo and pretty much busted his chops for giving him bad information. We're going to see if he continues to knock this out of the park, especially next week, because it looks like he and Gabby are going to share some pretty heated scenes. The chemistry between Brandon and Camila as Stefan and Gabby was just as good as it was between Tyler and Camila. Honestly, I think it was a little better for me. I actually like them on screen together. Um, I don't, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen to Chloe here, because it looks like she's going to be the odd woman out. Um, but she may be going back to Brady, because it looks like they are also going to have some interesting interactions next week. And it won't make Stefan very happy. Obviously, we've seen the two of them grow feelings for one another, and um So, what's it gonna be? Who's she gonna choose? Is she gonna choose Stefan, the new guy? Or is she gonna choose Brady, her old love? That's the question that we have to answer. Um, I don't think Chloe is the best fit for Stefan. I think that while they do have some interesting chemistry, Stefan and Gabby have a fire that hasn't been there with a couple for a very long time. We haven't seen it really since Sammy and EJ. That love hate push pull relationship that Sammy and EJ had, where they were constantly fighting each other, but you kind of knew that there was something between them that made them like fire and ice together. That's what Gabby and Stefan seem to have. She's always, fighting him, and he's always fighting her too, but somehow or other it seems to work. Um, let's see, what else? We didn't get to see Will and Sunny this week, and I was kind of disappointed. Their reunion is finally on track, but it seems like, according to spoilers, that from SOD, that Will is going to get hurt, because it looks like it's going to be revealed that excuse me, that John is not Leo's father, and Leo is going to take it out on Will. I don't quite understand why, being that Will is not John's blood or biological kin, so maybe it won't be Leo after all. But Will is supposed to end up in the hospital in the next couple of weeks. We've also seen some interesting things go on between Eric and Sarah. Run, Eric, run. Run, Eric. She's crazy. She has no idea what she wants. And the last thing Eric needs is to get involved with Sarah and run the risk of losing another brother. If Eric learned nothing else from the mess with Nicole, it should be to stay away from his brother's women. Um, Not only that, but I think the promise he made when he prayed for his mother to come back to him, it will keep him away from Sarah. At least I really, really hope so. I'm trying to get behind Sarah's character, like I really am, but she's just too flaky to me. She's a nutcase. I'm sorry. To be Maggie's daughter, she is nothing like Maggie. Maggie is self-assured, confident. She knows who she is. Sarah has no idea. Sarah doesn't know whether she wants to be with Rex or she wants to be with Eric. She has no idea what she wants. And I don't think Eric needs any more of that in his life. Honestly, I don't think Rex should be with her either. I think Sarah needs a break from men, period. And she needs to take some time to figure out who she is before she gets involved with anyone, period. Also, there are rumors going around and spoilers floating around in SOD that Sarah is going to have another huge problem on her hand. It looks like her one night fling with Xander is going to be coming back to haunt her. Is she going to end up pregnant? Is Xander going to come back and try to blackmail her? We know that's not above Xander. We all know that's not above Xander. Xander is pretty much the town whore in addition to Brady. Between the two of them, they've had every woman in their age range in Salem. So that's going to be interesting to watch as well, how that all plays out. But honestly, I think Sarah is just not a good match right now. She needs to get her own head screwed on straight. And I think Rex needs to figure it out. Brady warned him. Brady did warn him about Eric. But I think Brady needs to settle his tea kettles, and he needs to really stop and think about why he's so adamantly against Eric. Listen, I know that Brady got his feelings hurt when Nicole dumped him for Eric, but that wasn't all Eric, you know? Fans forget Eric did his best to stay away from Nicole, and Nicole went to him. Eric didn't go to her. She went to him. She convinced him to be with her, and she told him that she was going to leave Brady. So, that really kind of was on Nicole. Even though, yeah, Eric was his brother, Eric should have known better. Eric did try to fight it. It wasn't like he gave in to her the instant she showed an interest in him. He did try to fight it, like he's fighting it with Sarah now. So I think that Brady needs to give Eric a break and back off, because Brady is definitely no saint. He's done his fair share of dirt too, and he needs to remember that. Honestly, if you ask me, Eric is a better brother than Brady deserves. Truthfully, Eric has been there for Brady when Brady has done dirt. Eric has stood by Brady's side through all his addictions, and Eric deserves kind of a break. I mean, poor guy, you know? He's been in love with Nicole since before Brady was in the picture. So, really, Brady just kind of needs to back off and stay out of the foolishness. Now, warning Rex, he really should warn Rex about Sarah, because Sarah is the one pursuing Eric and making all the moves on Eric. Eric isn't running after her. Eric isn't chasing her down. Sarah is, every chance she gets, being alone with him. She's kissing him. She's making googly eyes at him. I mean, come on, folks. Seriously. Sarah really is kind of being the aggressor here. And I don't like it. But we all know that even though Sarah's the aggressor, it'll be Eric who takes the blame if something happens between the two of them and Rex gets hurt. Well, that's all for this week. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. See you guys Monday.